I was right. Everything.
And I think we're going to stop the show there. That's perfect.
Hey, what, Hat Man, what do you take an audition for doing Fiddler on the Roof?
I'm not Jewish enough for that.
Yeah, you certainly look that way.
Really? Is that how they dance? They do?
Yeah, you did the dance like the Fiddler on the Roof.
All right. I was thinking Ozzy Osbourne when he started to have dementia at Ozfest when I went there to see Marilyn Manson in 1998.
Okay. Was he the one that bit the chicken head off?
That's him. Yeah, he got so dementia-ridden he just started doing jumping jacks on stage. It was kind of sad.
He was just trying to get everybody riled up, and calisthenics was the only thing he could think of.
I think that he just he had a rigorous exercise routine before he went on tour because he was old. So I think he was just that was his muscle memory. Was just like, let's do jumping jacks.
Yeah, old guy, like ex-drug addict, heavy alcoholic. So yeah, I think he was just like, he's like, you know what gets me hyped? This.
You guys remember Richard Simmons? The exercise
sweating to the oldies. Sweating to the oldies.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fucking oldies. I remember Richard Simmons. That guy, that's the most boss gay guy ever because he didn't do anything to be gay to get famous. He was just like, hey, all you fat bitches, we need to get your ass in shape. How do you expect to please a man? Let's go. And I know you like old music because you're old. Let's do it.
You know what my favorite, and by the way, this should definitely, if you're still recording, this should definitely be an extra content thing. But my favorite thing about the 80s with TV in general was that you had Richard Simmons and Bob Ross, who were the yin and yang of Afro'd white dudes.
Yeah.
You've got Bob Ross. It's a happy little dream. This is going to be our secret.
Yeah.
Putting this here for you. And then you got Richard Simmons. Again, Afro white guy. Yeah, bitches, get in shape, bitch!
How can you be so fat if you like the oldies? I'm gonna take your man if you don't lose weight!
I'd love to watch them possess each other's bodies and see the type of painting style that Richard Simmons would have and just watch Bob Ross put some elderly women through really slow yoga.
Dude, we're just gonna
it's gonna be a happy little arm, a happy little stretch.
There are so many AI videos right now on TikTok where Bob Ross is in his studio doing really peaceful paintings, and then a cat comes and fucks the whole thing up, and he just starts slamming shit around and trying to get the cat and throw it out of the studio.
That's funny. I haven't got into that.
Oh, it's so cathartic. Do you have a TikTok account?
Yeah, I think so. I think I started one.
Go look that shit up. Also, have you seen Marcus the Worm? This is something that's going viral right now on TikTok. It just started. And so, okay, dude, just do me a favor. Do me a favor. I'm not going to spoil it for you. Marcus the Worm. The reason I'm going to say this for the audience, but I'm not going to describe it to you. I want you to watch it. Watch a few clips, all right? Marcus the Worm is the embodiment of autism. And I'm fucking obsessed. And I don't want to be because I know it's a trend, but I can't stop. I will skip past everything else on TikTok just to see more Marcus the Worm shit.
Huh. This looks very weird. I'll have to give you my opinion on that next time. I'm just looking at thumbnails and
hey,
I'll have to look into that.
Hang on a second.
Talking head.
Cat follows man through apartment like racist Walgreens employee.
I have deleted South Carolina. Talking head. I have deleted South Carolina.
Okay.
You're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna enjoy it,
dude. No, but did you see that thing about the cat? That was fucking hilarious on your webpage. Go one back.
What?
Go to your internet shit because I can see your internet shit. Like,
Oh, you can.
You're on the Onion. Yeah, you're on the Onion. Go like a couple of things back.
Oh, okay.
There's the time pedophiles. No, but keep going. That one's funny. That's the time pedophiles again. Keep going. Keep going. There should just be a picture of a cat at some point.
Oh, a cat. Okay.
Fuck, it's not showing up. Anyway, it was just funny. It was like cat follows man around his apartment like racist Walgreens employee. It was just like the way it was phrased.
That is pretty funny. All right, man. I have a new work schedule here where I just spend Sunday. I need to post everything today. I figured out how to do it so I don't have to do it on Tuesday. So let me let you go, all right?
Yeah, of course. No, it was nice hanging out. I'll talk to you later.
You got it, dude. Take care.
All right, man. Bye. Exposing ourselves to a minor leak of email information. This is the New World Order Now, coming to you live from the end of the
world. What a devilishly poignant pause, Talking Head number 6. That's correct. This is the New World Order broadcast. We are coming to you live from the end of the world. I'm your host, the Hat Man. I am joined in the studio once again by Harry, the Taxman. And we are joined by Talking Head number 6, who is broadcasting to us from an undisclosed location.
Ooh.
Ooh. How you doing, baby?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, I haven't fucking talked to you in forever, man. I haven't talked to you in forever.
I had to rearrange my weekends off in order to attend our cousin's wedding, so we ended up with a kind of like doubled up work weekend.
So we were talking about that a little bit on the last podcast, and we showed the invitation to the camera, which is pretty kick-ass. It was like the card was shaped like a coffin with double doors on the front, and there was like a cardboard sword, a black sword that kept the double doors shut. So you had to pull the sword out to open up the invitation. Do you have it that you can show on the camera again?
It is not at my desk, actually.
Yeah, me neither. But it was pretty badass. So I was unable to attend because I was very busy not wanting to be around family, which took up most of my time. But otherwise, I would have went. I was just very busy doing that. So
that can be very time consuming.
It can be a little time consuming. So tell us a little bit about the wedding, because when you have an invitation that is that kick-ass and you're getting married, Harry, they got married on Halloween, my cousin and her new husband. Tell us a little bit about the wedding, man. I heard you guys had a good time.
No, yeah, it was good. They're obviously not particularly religious people, so they had her father, our uncle, actually officiated the service.
Yeah, I do not remember that at the last wedding. You said that he did it for our other. Yeah,
he did it for his son too. Yeah,
I'm so fucking oblivious.
How could they officiate the wedding?
It's very easy to get powers to officiate a wedding. First of all, his twin brother is the mayor of Moonachie for the last 1,500 years.
Yeah, I don't know if he still is or not. I forget. I don't pay attention
to
Moonachie politics. I don't pay attention to Moonachie politics. I don't know if they've got like a term limit or anything.
Well, I think he was like in office for a decade before I found out. So like I'm totally out of it too. But Harry, it's super easy to be able to officiate a wedding. You can do it in less than an hour and less than like $20 if you join the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster.
Or you join the Universal Life Church.
Yeah. You just find a church that doesn't have any requirements and you can officiate weddings. It's super easy. Religion's the biggest fucking scam in the world, dude. Biggest scam.
If you say so.
So her father officiated. Go ahead, talking to.
But yeah, so it was at this really gorgeous place on a lake, like this beautiful reception facility. So they did the ceremony outside. There was like an archway that they sat there and got married in front of, the faces out toward the lake. But behind that, because the two themes to the wedding, which was like a weird kind of combination, was Harry Potter and Star Wars. But no, it turned out really cool. So they had like a giant Deathly Hollow symbol, like 7 feet tall, that was like behind where they got married. And then when they went in for the reception, they dragged that thing into the reception hall, and it was put behind the bride and groom's table.
That's really cool. 7 foot tall Deathly Hollow symbol, which is the triangle
with the
circle inside it and the vertical line through the triangle. Yeah. Which is a very occult looking symbol. It's like, I was thinking about getting, like, when I first watched that movie, I was thinking about getting a Deathly Hallows necklace. I was like, that's fucking cool, man.
Oh yeah, like Luna's father has in the movie.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting one. You can order them online for like $20. I was like, that's fucking cool. I am the master of death.
No, I really, if there's something that I think she did a really good job with that, is that symbol has a very like elemental feel to it. It's got like a very simplistic, like, you know, the way that they used to draw the elements, the arrows for the elements of earth, water, air, and fire. Like,
and I'm sure she didn't
kind of like old pagan kind of vibe.
Yeah, with the triangles. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. But it does have, like, and I'm sure she didn't think about the meaning of it too much, but I mean, it is kind of like, that symbol means mastery of death. How appropriate to have that at your wedding.
Hey, there you go. They're embarking on their never-ending story, but the death metal version.
Yeah, so not only was it Star Wars plus Harry Potter, but then they had like Lego Star Wars figures for the groomsmen.
For the groomsmen's boutonnieres, yeah, they had little Lego Star Wars keychains, basically. So they each had like a little Lego guy that was like a Stormtrooper or a Kylo Ren or Darth Vader, you know. It's fun.
That's funny. And then they all had matching socks for their Lego Star Wars character.
Yes, whatever was the character that was on their boutonniere, they were wearing novelty socks of that character underneath their tuxes. And
her brother, our other cousin, was complaining about what now?
Oh, so he had the Stormtroopers. So he was the only person who ended up with. So the tuxes for the groomsmen was black on black on black. Black shirt, black tie, black vest, black tux.
Okay.
And he was the only one whose character didn't have black socks. It had white socks. So he had white socks peeking out from underneath his tux pants the whole night.
And he was actually complaining about that.
Lightheartedly. I think he just thought it was funny. He's like, God damn it, I'm the only one who's got fucking white socks.
Yeah, I mean, the mobsters all used to wear like dark suits with white socks, right? Yeah. I don't see what the fuck the big deal is. I lightheartedly complain. I know him. I doubt it. You know, he was probably trying to play it off as a joke. I think he really cared.
You know.
Hey, buddy!
It's a distinct possibility.
Hey, buddy! Sometimes you're a little bit of a twat, but I love you. It's what it is.
How was the food?
Oh, the food was excellent, actually.
They're all Italians, of course.
Yeah.
My uncle's an Italian. I'm not Italian, but both of my aunts married Italian men, so they're Italian. Yeah, so
like
the food.
I went to.
It's always good food if you're Italian. Yeah.
Yeah, Italians will not go to a place that has bad food. Like they just wouldn't rent that facility. You know, they'd be like, no.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of my bloodline is Irish, and my people were just kind of like, you know what? Let's stuff a bunch of shit inside a sheep's stomach, and we'll make a name for it.
We'll call it a fucking day.
We'll call it a day. Why come up with something that's actually appetizing? There's beer to drink.
How's the scotch?
Exactly. Exactly.
The thing about concepts like haggis that crack me up is like, that's just one of those, who the fuck came up with that kind of, like some guy was just like gutting a sheep and he's like, you know, this is really stretchy. I bet you I could pack a lot of meat in this.
You know, I'll bet you we can eat this rather than feeding it to our dogs. Fuck the dogs. They'll get their own food. I'll eat this myself.
Sheep stomach. You're a funny lad. You think that's the weirdest thing we put it in? I'm gonna take their intestines and pack it with meat. I'll pack every internal organ with fucking meat.
How can it not be edible if they're using it to eat? If they're using it to eat themselves, I can eat it. It's just logic. Well, anyway, I'm glad you guys had a good time, but your beau, I get you told me she hurt herself at the wedding.
Here, hold on.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm dealing with something over here.
All right. Well, anyway, you told me that she was dancing on the dance floor, and she was drinking a lot of these Harry Potter drinks. What were the themed drinks, by the way?
Yeah, so
that is pretty cool.
Yeah, so they had the one was Star Wars themed, and like kind of the funny thing is, like, it seemed like the Star Wars theme was kind of for guys and the Harry Potter theme was kind of for girls, so it was kind of funny, but like, so that
makes sense. That kind of makes sense.
They had the one drink, which is what I had all night, was called the Dark Side. And really it's just a Jack and Coke, but with some grenadine in it. So it's like a cherry Jack and Coke, but it's pretty fucking tasty. And I tell you, they made them dirty there. Like whatever they paid for those bartenders, I'm assuming maybe they paid by volume. because if you haven't gotten married, which I have not, but I just happen to know about this, there's kind of two ways to pay for an open bar, and one is they set it as a flat rate, and that's just what you pay, and they kind of have it calculated in by like how many guests you have, what they think they're probably going to go through.
And then they make the drinks really weak.
Yeah, or the other is that they pay by volume. So whatever amount of bottles and whatever they go through, so they make drinks sloppy when you're paying by volume, and I think that might have been the case here. Because they were making those dirty.
Someday, when I decide to marry my true love, and she's waiting on me, her name is my right hand. I think I'm going to go for the latter
Myra.
option.
I like that name. Myra is a good name. Myra. What was her last name? Tand.
Myra Tand. Yes, it's an odd name. It's an odd name. Her last name is very odd. Tand. I think she's it's an offshoot of Tamity. From the late 1800s. Yeah. But Myra Tand. Yes. Good job. But yeah, I think we're gonna go. Me and Myra are gonna go for the latter option. It sounds like the better way to go.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, and then the other drink was a Felix Felicis, which I forget what it was. It had champagne in it, but it had some other stuff in it. But that was like kind of lighter, fruitier of the two drinks, and so my significant other was having those all night. But that's
for the ladies and anybody that still has taste buds and doesn't necessarily need to get wasted. Yes,
dude, our other cousin was drinking fucking Johnny Walker Black Neat. Have you ever had Johnny Walker?
I believe so. Jesus Christ, he was drinking those neat.
Yeah, like not even on the rocks, just neat. Which
How long did he last?
I'll drink a Maker's Mark neat because like I love the flavor of flavors. Maker's Mark, it's really smooth and everything.
Okay,
but I've never had Johnny Walker before, and so since he was drinking it, I was like, you know what? Let me try that real quick. I've actually never had Johnny Walker, dude. Yeah. Fucking terrible, fucking god awful. Like the aftertaste of that whiskey is fucking nasty.
So let me ask you a question. How long did the gentleman last?
Oh, he was pretty grumpy amounts of drunk a few hours in,
Because he is like the funniest person. He's the funnest person, Harry, my cousin. He's the funnest we're talking about Lauren's brother, right? I said a name. Oh, well.
No, the other one. The other one. One of the not her.
Oh, one of the Baldies?
Yeah, so only one showed up.
Oh, the younger. Yeah. Baldy the younger. So
Baldy
the older. Wow, Baldy the older is that. I mean, because like he's been fucking with the family for years. So he's so on the outs he wouldn't even go to the wedding?
Yeah, apparently.
Wow. Does he even still talk to his parents?
Yes, but apparently they don't get to see the grandkids very much. It was kind of like a topic of conversation.
Not
obviously.
good.
We're all a bunch of sloppy, gossipy whores when we get
there. Well, yeah. I mean, that's what getting drunk is all about. The errands of grievances.
The airing of the grievances. It's Festivus. Festivus for the rest of us.
Yeah. What, say it again. I didn't hear you.
The airing of the grievances.
And what was the holiday, though? I missed it.
Festivus.
Festivus. That's right, from Seinfeld. Festivus.
Festivus for the rest of us.
Festivus for the rest of us. So Harry, so his wife, she hates his family. So she's been trying to get it so that like nobody can see the grandkids and using that as leverage since they've been born. It's real, and he just slowly goes along with it. It's very bizarre.
Maybe we could.
Yeah,
maybe we'll send them 2 balls.
Well, here's the thing. Oh, talking head.
They'll just end up in her pocketbook again. They'll just end up in her pocketbook
I didn't even think of this. I don't know if you guys know this. He's only got one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one of them never descended, and they had to surgically remove it when he was a very small child. So that actually makes sense. He only had one, and she got it. She didn't have to go for the other one. That would have taken 7 more years.
We got to find a donator for that.
Well, I'm not donating any of mine, Harry.
Yeah, well,
any of yours, all 3 of them.
We'll go talk to our rabbi friend. He'll find one.
Oh, he can accidentally remove one during a circumcision, Mr. Rabbi Finkelstein.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, there are guys.
He's right there.
There are guys that I've heard when a girl's talking about a guy and she's like, I put my hand down his pants and it was like grabbing a tube of tennis balls. You know, so there's guys that got extra. There's guys that maybe could donate one so he has at least one to himself.
I mean,
I think we should look into it.
They literally make cosmetic testicles for dogs. I'm sure they make them for humans.
Well, they definitely make cosmetic ones for humans, yeah. I don't think that he ever did that. I'm not sure. I never asked, actually. I never asked him if he had 2 balls. He volunteered the information. I don't remember why. Oh my God, I just made Harry spit out his drink.
What a question to ask another guy.
Hey, buddy, do you have 2 balls? Actually, no. Interesting story.
Great question. The testicle situation. What you got going on there?
What's going on there? Can I check?
You mind if I gargle them? I can only really get a good sense when I gargle them.
Can you teabag me? I need to check this shit out.
It's better than having a girl pull out a ruler and find out how big she's going to get it.
You know what? Girls are always satisfied as long as they're getting it. And then once you break up, it doesn't matter who did it. Once you break up, then their first line of offense is telling all of their friends what a small penis you have. And all they're doing is trying to make sure that you can't get laid within their social group. It doesn't matter. You could have a fucking 12-inch pipe and she'd be like, yeah, I've been lying about that, guys. It was like, eh. Like, no, seriously.
But here's the actual tell. If you've ever hung around with females like who are friends, like who are platonic friends with you, the actual
never as a fly on the wall. They're always aware that I'm there.
Oh no! But what I mean is like if they don't mind talking to you about shit like that, and so here's the tell. The tell, if you want to figure out whether your girlfriend has an ex that has a big penis, is they'll say his penis is tiny if it's average or small. They'll say he's terrible in bed if it's big.
All right, I'll take your word for it. I've heard women comedians talk about this issue. That's the only way I know about it. They're like, no, she'll tell all her friends, oh my God, it's like a baby's arm holding an apple. And then as soon as they break up with them, guys, I gotta be honest with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear
you. Yeah, so,
but no, I do agree with you that it's to keep their ex from continuing to date in their circle.
Yeah. I mean, they'll go tell strangers if they think the strangers are going to listen. They just don't want you to be happy. Because it's like Louis C.K. said, the difference between raising little boys and raising little girls. And I think this continues into adulthood, and this was his point. Boys will fuck shit up. Girls will take a shit in your heart. And that's the difference between men and women.
that is a great fucking bit, because that whole thing is it's that his daughter comes up to him, and because one of her toys broke, she demands that he break her sister's toy to make it fair.
And I did it.
And I did it.
And I felt terrible. And the whole time she's looking at me with this demonic smile on her face.
But that was a good bit.
He's fucking great. I love that guy. Speaking of which, I was watching men who have questionable sexual proclivities. I was watching a thing last night, a documentary on John Snuffleupagus, the guy who made Ren and Stimpy.
Crickfalusi?
Yeah, what did I say?
Snuffleupagus, but anyway, yeah, John Crickfalusi.
So what'd you say?
You could have just said John K. That's how he like signed it. Yeah.
Fair enough. But yeah, apparently, like he's like he's a little child rapey. I didn't know anything about that. Yeah. Like after like everybody left Spumco and Nickelodeon pulled the show away from him, he kept Spumco going, and then like he got all these like adoring 14-year-old girl fans.
As new kids started getting fucking introduced,
and he
to
like
shit.
So he brought this one girl over that was like, by the time they were living together, she was like 16 and shit. And didn't make me respect the guy any less. I'm kind of like, yeah, good for you to. Sorry, I don't care. And the whole time the series is trying to portray, then the music's like dung dung, and they're doing the gotcha journalism thing on him because he's part of it. Like dung 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 dung. Well, what would I say to her? I'd say, I'm sorry, I didn't know you felt that way about it. Dung dung. And then like he says that, right? And then a minute later, the interviewer goes, you know what? The whole time you're telling me what you would say to her, and I didn't hear the words, I'm sorry. I was like, dude, I'll play it back 60 seconds ago. That's exactly the first thing that he said he would say to her. So what the fuck are we doing here? Is this about Ren and Stimpy, or is this about you like laying down your log on the desk? You know?
Well, I mean, it's like if you want to shit on people who do half-assed gotcha journalism, sure. I don't feel like you want to land on the side of like, that pedophile had some good points.
16 is the age of consent, so I'm fine with it. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, but didn't like 3 seconds ago you said by the time she moved in with him, she was 16? What happened before she moved in with him?
Highly explicitly sexual correspondence. Fair enough. Point taken. Speaking of pedophiles, everybody's favorite subject, here's where I wanted to start today. By the way, Bill, you're a cunt. So let's just wrap up the one ball thing there. So where I wanted to start today is, so I got this text message on the group text between you, myself, and Kevin, our father. All right, and I told Harry about this. The message is, meanwhile, the new Jeffrey Epstein emails that got released have been pretty fucking crazy if you guys have seen that over the past day or two. I really wonder what the fuck was going on with that guy. Now, I gotta be honest. Been staying out of the media. Been keeping myself straight, on the straight and narrow. Just doing my work, drinking a lot of booze. Harry can attest to this. Harry, how much do I drink?
Way too much.
It's a lot of booze.
Yeah, I think that's your bloodline.
It's a lot of booze. So I've been keeping on the straight and narrow, doing my work, chain smoking, and drinking an inhuman amount of alcohol. Yeah. I have not participated in the hardcore stuff at all. The media. Not at all.
I thought you meant cocaine for a second. I was like, well, yeah, obviously.
I have not. No. Cocaine's next to media. Oof, cocaine is child's play. That's an. that's a gateway. Close. That's a gateway drug to CNN and Fox.
That's the only thing that comes close is heroin, and it still falls short.
Still falls short. So you piqued my interest, and I was like, God damn it, I'm going to fall off the wagon. So I read 2 news articles and watched a video. And I did a tremendous amount of research, more than I generally do, more than I care to do, even for this business I'm starting up.
I can never tell if you're doing a bit or not when you say lines like that. But anyway, go on. We'll find out.
Put in about 4 minutes and 23 seconds. And I gotta tell you, talking head, I'm not seeing what all the fuss is about. Please enlighten me, because I read 2 articles and watched like 10% of one video, and I'm not seeing anything. They just keep going like this. Here's what I'm reading, and here, Harry, here's what I'm reading, and here's what I'm seeing in the video. Epstein and Trump, Trump and Epstein, Trump and Epstein, Epstein and Trump, Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, Trump, 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 Epstein, Trump, Trump, Ghislaine Trump, Epstein. Like, that's all I'm seeing, but nobody's saying anything. So, talking head, what's the meat and the potatoes of this? Because I know you probably put even more time into this than I did.
Yes, probably 20 minutes. But so the House committee that was looking into all of this stuff released the emails. The names are redacted and stuff like that as far as the victims go.
Well, yeah, they were saying that in the video that I watched, and she made it not a good reporter. She made it like super confusing. She didn't just say like, we're gonna call this woman Bob.
Jane,
because the name is redacted, and then read the email. She was like, and name redacted, and what that means is they redacted the name for this woman, and then she just continues like, you just broke the flow of the whole thing. I have to watch this. She did it in like the worst way possible. But anyway, go ahead.
As a side tangent, completely fucking agree with you. And I have seen so many people do reporting on this where that's what they do, and it's like, now I can't follow what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah, give your audience a little bit of credit to just be like, so victim's name redacted was with Trump for hours, blah, blah, blah. What I just change your tone of voice slightly and or like you said, like just give it Jane Doe or whatever.
Make it something that no woman is named. Just make it simple. Make it Bob.
Ophelia.
Quivers?
Quivers.
Ophelia Quivers?
But yeah, so they released
that's a joke from the Howard Stern show.
Robin Ophelia Quivers, yeah.
Right.
That's
she revealed her middle name was Ophelia. And then Jackie was just dying the whole time. He's like, Robin Ophelia Quivers.
No, yeah, it sounds like her parents turned her name into a sex joke. It really does.
It really does. Anyway, good.
But yeah, so there's like so the House Select Committee that said there was looking into all this shit released a bunch of emails, and some of them were kind of interesting, like very interesting.
Well, how come nobody's talking about these fucking interesting emails?
Everybody I'm seeing is talking about it, so
I couldn't find a goddamn thing.
So one of the emails is between Jeffrey Epstein and a I forget if it's a Wall Street Journal reporter or a New York Times reporter. Okay. But so the fucked up thing is the reporter seems to be in on this shit too, because he emails Epstein. So this reporter emails Epstein, and sits there. It's during 2015. So it's while Trump is running for president the first time, and he sits there and he says that he got tipped off by CNN. That somebody at CNN was going to ask Trump about his relationship with Epstein.
So Trump got tipped off by somebody that a reporter was going to ask him about his relationship to Epstein.
No, this reporter got tipped off that somebody at CNN was going to ask Trump about his relationship with Epstein and emails Epstein to let him know that Trump is probably going to be asked about his relationship with him tonight.
Oh, fuck. So the reporter's in on it.
Okay. Yeah, the reporter's in on it.
Okay.
The rest of their correspondence is about how they can leverage Trump. So he sits there, he's like, well, you could do one of two things. You could either let him hang himself, and then you can sit there and prove that he's been to your house and the island and on the plane and all that shit. Or you could sit there and stand up for him and cover for him, and then if he actually does get elected, because they didn't think he was going to get elected at that point.
Right.
They're like, if for some reason he wins, then you've got something over the president that you can exchange for, you got leverage over.
Pardon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. How come nobody what media are you watching where they laid that out? Because everything I'm watching and reading is like, Trump, Epstein, Ghislaine. Trump, Epstein, Ghislaine. Epstein, Trump, Ghislaine.
So what I mainly listen to for like political nonsense these days, because I find it kind of the most interesting take, is there's a channel on
I'm
YouTube
assuming it's not legacy media. It's the YouTube channel. That's what I thought.
Yeah, there's a channel on YouTube called The Bulwark, which is actually a bunch of ex-Republicans who started it when Trump got elected because they were like, this is a bridge too far.
Gotcha.
And so like they're basically a bunch of never-Trumpers, but they're pretty even-handed about like the information. Like obviously they hate the guy and they think he represents so it's always going to be biased against Trump.
He's the devil.
It's interesting to get people who like thought George W. Bush was a good president and that Dick Cheney was a great man, and get their perspective on why they hate Trump. So that's why I listen to that.
Yeah, that I can see why that would be interesting. I'm not seeing a huge difference anymore, but yeah.
Okay. I mean, he's got like full fucking neocon with all like the bombing shit and all the weird stuff.
Yeah. We're gonna take Gaza. We're gonna build a new Las Vegas.
Yeah, we're gonna make Las Vegas. Yeah,
Trump Tower, Center Square.
Fucking ridiculous.
All the buildings will be gold with my name, my big beautiful name, Trump, the best name.
But yeah, so I think everybody is waiting to see how the Epstein thing shakes out, because it's one of those. The reason why I brought it up on our group text is because I know it's something that's like, it's kind of nonpartisan because so many people are implicated on both sides of the aisle. Because like, okay, well, if the DOJ had this dirt on fucking Epstein during the Biden administration and they were really trying to keep Trump from getting back into office, why didn't they release the information? Because if it's damning, then that would disqualify Trump as running for president if like everybody knew he was a pedophile, although apparently not. And I'll bring that up in a second. But
well, hang on a second. So I gotta pee. Who wants the camera?
Give it to Harry.
All right, I'll give it to Harry. Harry, you got the camera. So you guys talk, and if I need to cut it later, whatever. But go ahead, we'll try it out. I can hear it's talking Ed. I can hear you.
A bit of information for you.
Sure.
When Trump found out what Epstein really was, he kicked him out of Key Largo.
Ooh, you are such a Trumper. You are such a fucking Trumper.
No.
Chris was right. Chris was right on the last podcast about your fucking bumper sticker. Goddamn.
No, this is what Trump did. Kicked him out of Key Largo and kind of disassociated with him. Now, this is heard over the radio from ABC.
That's their cover story.
Okay.
From these new emails.
I can't swear to that, but I heard it over the radio from ABC talk show.
Oh no, yeah, I gotcha. And so that is what a lot of Trump fans and what Trump himself but so Trump fans say that that's what happened. What Trump actually said what happened is that he was upset because Jeffrey Epstein was poaching employees from him, specifically young girls from the spa at Mar-a-Lago. So what Trump actually said is the reason why he kicked Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago is because him and Ghislaine Maxwell were recruiting his spa employees to come work in the sex trade with him. And one of these girls was 16 that he admits was poached from Mar-a-Lago because she worked at Mar-a-Lago. Then Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell enticed her away from Mar-a-Lago. And that's what Trump was mad about, was that they were stealing his employees. Now, part two, the emails that just came out sit there and have Jeffrey Epstein talking to, again, this reporter who's obviously in on the take and like friends with him and shit. And he sits there and he brings up that the whole thing with Trump saying he kicked Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago. Epstein's like, I never had a fucking membership. We were just friends. He let me hang out there. Like, that's absolute bullshit. I didn't have a membership. He didn't kick me out. And he knew about the underage girls because he bitched to Ghislaine about sitting there and poaching them.
I can't verify none of that bullshit.
No, I gotcha.
I can't verify it.
Let me look in my my database here real quick.
Yep, that's a phone.
Yes, this actually is a phone. Please continue.
But yeah, so that's the funny thing about this is that like a lot of these emails contradict shit that Trump has said. And then if you put a lot of shit together, so with the government shutdown, there are several new members of Congress that had to be sworn in. The House Majority Leader, that guy who like watches his son's porn or something. What was that? You guys know about this? Like, so
no, I told you I'm off the hard drugs.
Yeah, fuck, I forget his fucking name.
Here's what I do. I stay off the hard drugs. And then I let you and Harry feed the hard drugs through our cameras to our non-existent audience. I'm a pusher, not a user, baby. I'm not doing this shit myself. I'm not mainlining this shit. It's not good for you. It's not.
Mike Johnson,
okay.
Which is the name of the House Majority Leader. So he actually sat there and swore in all the Republicans that got elected into the House. He said, oh, well, but we're out of session, so I can't swear in the one Democrat who was going to be the final vote that they needed to sit there and force a vote to release the Epstein files on the House, because there's enough Republicans who want to see this shit come out now. And there's a thing that you can do in Congress where if you have a certain number of votes, you can force the Speaker of the House to bring something to a vote on the floor.
Yeah. And
so they were doing that to bringing a vote to release the Epstein files. And they were one vote shy, and this Democratic congresswoman who got elected was going to be the final vote. Because of the government shutdown, he was like, even though he swore in other people who were Republicans, like, well, I can't swear her in. We're not in session right now because of the Republican shutdown, or the Democratic shutdown of the government.
I got you. Point well made 3 times. Go ahead, move on.
No, sorry. So now that she's been sworn in, she's voting for it. So at some point, there's going to be a vote on the floor of Congress about the Epstein files.
Right. And the articles that I read and the video that I watched mentioned that, but for some reason, nothing of why isn't the legacy media mentioning anything actually of substance? It's really weird.
I don't know. I've seen a little bit of reporting on it from CNN and MSNBC, but
those are the 2 articles that I read, and the one video that I watched 3 minutes of was from CNN, and nobody's saying anything of substance. Nothing.
It's probably because there's so many fucking, like I said, there's a reporter who's in on it who like works at the New York Times or some shit.
Yeah, it's really hinky, man. So we got to go once again. We have to go to new media, which is substantial media, which is the media that's taking all the ratings, like fucking YouTube and fucking podcasts and Spotify and Twitter. Social media is the new media, and it is now the legitimate media, and we have to go there. We have to go there to actually find out what the fuck is going on.
It's so terrible because it's like the death knell of civilization too, because it's so
Whoa. Am I going to have another argument with one of you fuckers about this shit? Me and Harry had to argue last time about the fucking mayoral bullshit in New York.
Oh,
do I have to bitch slap you too? How is this the end of civilization, asshole?
No. I'm not saying it's the end of civilization. What I'm saying is that social media is such a distortion machine that it sucks that, the legacy media isn't doing their job and not getting out like good information. So everybody has to turn to alternative media, which can be manipulated so fucking easily. That's what I mean.
Yeah, but not more easily than legacy media has.
So legacy media is so
the only stonewall in legacy media is you have to have money. And as more and more time goes on, who has more and more of the money? The government. Nowadays, the only decent job that you can get that as a family man that you know is always going to pay you and you're going to have a pension when you retire is a government job. So the more desperate that they make people, they have all of the money, and so that's the only bridge. That's the only bridge that gaps manipulating the legacy media, and it's always been that way. If you can line our pocketbooks, we'll say whatever you want us to say. So, I mean, is it just, are you looking at it and saying that because it can be manipulated in different ways? I mean,
So, no,
I'm not getting. So, I mean, at least on social media, you have a variety of viewpoints that you can filter yourself. With the legacy media before social media, it was just, we are the mouthpiece of the government and large corporations, and that's it. That's all you get.
Well, you had people who had journalistic integrity who pushed back, like Woodward and Bernstein with Nixon, and like there's a lot of good work.
I'm not talking about with Nixon. I'm talking about like late 80s, early 90s. Like I'm talking the Bush Senior to Clinton, beginning around that time. I mean, the influence upon the media when you start at that period in history is fucking obvious.
Sure.
Okay, so that's what I'm talking about.
Like, you'll let me say sure, but you won't let me finish a sentence.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, yeah. So what I was saying is, I by the way, I'm mostly agreeing with you. So just give me a second.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, so it's you're right. Access was the thing that you needed to have to manipulate legacy media.
Right.
My point was there was a level of integrity that allowed the old school legacy media people had that slowly eroded over time because of corporatization and monopolization and all of when they realized that instead of, sitting there and trying to hide things, they could just propagandize stuff to make people disagree with it by using mainstream media. That's when it started declining.
I think that the business model that the fourth branch of the government, the fourth estate, used to run on is what is today negatively termed gotcha journalism. Back in the day, think about it like clickbait, but you actually had to have substance. I mean, the Nixon interview, the Frost interview with
BBC interview with Richard Nixon. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the ratings must have been wild. They must have made so much fucking money, and everybody's going to be like, if you want to know the real shit, these are the people to watch. So it's not only going to make you a bunch of money, but it's also reputation enhancing. That was the business model, and that's where gotcha journalism comes in. Everybody wants to get you, but when you actually do it right, that was their business model, and then it slowly eroded because less and less people are watching. People are becoming despondent because they have too much of their own bullshit to worry about as the economy starts to corrode. But it's not called a recession. It's not called a depression. It's called Wall Street's taking all your fucking money. And the GDP is actually up even though you can't buy a fucking house. All right. And now the legacy media is like, wait a second, nobody's watching. We're not getting any ad revenue. Where can our money come from? Oh, here you go. Pharmaceuticals and big government. Yay. I mean, it's an oversimplification, but it may, do you see it any differently?
No, so like I said, I'm mostly agreeing with you. So
I know you are.
Yeah, the bare bones of the issue that you run into is that legacy media is difficult to corrupt, except from the top.
Yeah.
That's where you have to be in order to corrupt legacy media.
Correct.
The danger with social media is that it's easily corruptible from the bottom. It's so easy to spread like I don't want to say disinformation, misinformation, malinformation. I'm not going to sit there and do that.
Well, you can say the other two, just don't say malinformation. Otherwise, I'm going to have a fucking problem with you. As long as the other two, disinformation and misinformation, are actually things. So that's fine.
But my point is, I hate the way the terms have kind of been poisoned into as soon as you say that. Then
but they do that with all words.
Exactly. Go ahead. They're poisoning the well, but. What ends up happening with social media is if you get enough dumb people to believe something, you can topple nations, and that's creepy.
So your problem with so I got to address this before we move on with the Epstein shit, because the Epstein shit you told me is pretty wild. But
Am I describing it poorly? What's your issue? I might be describing it poorly.
No. I think you're hitting the nail on the head. However, let me ask you a question. Which one would you prefer? Legacy media or social media? Which one, in your opinion, is the lesser of two evils?
So I think our legacy media is absolutely fucked. I think Britain's legacy media, I would kind of give the edge over social media, but I don't know.
I don't know. Let's just talk about America for now, if you don't mind, because I'm
the only reason why I was bringing up the BBC is because the BBC actually has structural laws that force their journalists, like by law, to do and adhere. I don't
know enough about that to comment on it, but I'm sure if anybody's interested in that, they can look it up. And that is despite their free speech issues at the moment, which are heinous. But let's just talk about in America for now. Which one do you consider I'm interested. Which one do you consider the lesser of two evils? Social media or legacy media?
Man, I don't fucking know. That feels like a coin toss to me.
Okay, fair enough. I think that's acceptable. I'm not going to jump down your throat. That's a good answer. To me, I think social media as media, as informative media. I'm not talking about the other social implications that it has, making young girls feel bad about themselves, etc. But
there's a lot of terrible side effects that aren't even included in this conversation. Yeah,
correct. But I'm just talking about as a place that you go to find out what is going on in the world. I would say that social media is just has a little bit of an edge, and here's why. I agree with you that it is fundamentally a coin toss as far as the lesser of two evils. However, I think that the function of social media has an evolutionary advantage where people are going to have to learn how to have bullshit filters and bullshit detectors in order to get along with the world. So the pressure is different. So legacy media as an evolutionary pressure is just putting on the pressure of, it's hopeless. We have all the power. You're never going to know anything we don't want you to know. And social media's evolutionary pressure is now you have to evolve in order to learn what you actually consider. So that's the only way in which I'm going to give it an edge. I think that the pressure that it exerts on society could have a positive evolutionary benefit. But on the whole, from an objective, like duality, good evil standpoint, I do have to say I agree with you. It is a coin toss. The only reason why I prefer the one over the other, and maybe this is selfish, is because I seem to have, in my opinion, and it seems to be working out for me so far, pretty good bullshit filters and bullshit detectors. I mean, Brett Weinstein is somebody that I kind of canonize. But when he starts going off, it's like, that doesn't sound right, dude. Brett, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, some of the stuff that he says, like particularly like in the past year or so, I was like, because I hold a fair amount of respect for people like Brett Weinstein, Jordan Peterson. Like I think Peterson gets really off base because he's like really fucking emotionally touchy about certain subjects.
He's got strong opinions that I don't agree with, but at least he's consistent. And anytime somebody's consistent, and I give them the right to change their mind too, but anytime somebody's consistent, I can tell that they're not bullshitting me, and I'm going to take that to heart. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I lost a little bit of respect for him when I realized he was deploying specific debate tactics that are like what you do when you're losing a debate, and that was interesting because I sat there and like. It was a weird synchronicity where I just happened to be watching something about like how you win a debate when you're on the losing side, and then
you saw him deploy the same tactic. Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
And I was like, "Ooh, you fucking know you're losing, so you're not here to learn. You're here to propagandize."
Yeah, that's
just
interesting.
What most debates are,
So, I mean, I guess I'm being a little selfish when I say that I prefer social media because I think it has an evolutionary advantage because I've already kind of built up that bullshit detection system.
I want to agree with you.
On that note,
I was right. I was right. I was right. Everything I say is right. You'd be better off if you did what I said. I have no sympathy. You should have listened to me. I was right. I was right. I was right.
All right, just wanted to get that out of my system. So yeah, we can move on.
But yeah, so the no, but so I do want to agree with you specifically about. I do think that
You looking something
it's
up?
no, I do. I'm thinking. I'm trying to choose my words. I do think that there is an evolutionary pressure that's being exerted by the existence of social media.
Yeah, and guys,
is,
sometimes pressure is not a bad thing. It forces you to grow. It's okay. And I just prefer the pressure that social media is giving us rather than the pressure of a totalitarian regime. You know? Talking
Question everything.
Are you okay, dude?
No, it's just I can't make it through a fucking sentence. Just
anyway. Dude, I'm sorry. I might already be a little drunk. Please go ahead.
No, it's fine. I was just over dramatizing it as a joke. But no, so I do agree with you. The evolutionary pressure that's exerted by social media is different than legacy media, because legacy media is really trust us. And I think that the public trust has been super fucking broken over the course of the past few decades. I mean, that's why people like Trump get elected to office. That's why, like people like Obama get elected to office. Is that faith in establishment has completely eroded because of establishment's action.
May I interrupt you for 1 second? Okay. I just want to say this before I forget about it. And I this is something I wanted to say, and I knew I wanted to say this before we got on. You know how stupid I am? Here's how stupid I am, talking head, Harry. Here's how fucking stupid I am. You know how long it took me to figure out why the great new American isolationist Donald Trump was all of a sudden willing to aid Israel in a fucking genocide? And do you know how long it took me to realize it's because of Epstein? And this is why he's not releasing the files. And this is why he's going along with everything that Israel wants. Do you know how long it took me to put 2 and 2 together? I am so ashamed of myself. Months! And then one morning, literally, I woke up from a dream and I don't remember what I was dreaming about. And I said, oh my God, it's Mossad. Duh. Like, holy shit.
Well, there are some very fucking hinky connections between Ghislaine Maxwell and Mossad. And
her
Epstein's
father was a Mossad agent.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And Epstein's backstory about how he ended up with all this money makes no fucking sense. He didn't even have a teaching degree and ended up teaching as a professor. And then where is this guy coming from?
So anyway, I didn't want to interrupt your thought. Go ahead. I was like, oh, here's a perfect place to put this thought, and I wanted to say this today. So go ahead.
No, yeah. So I don't think that legacy media is the answer anymore. I think that needs to evolve into something else. My worry with social media is it's being weaponized by the same people who weaponized legacy media, because they have the money to pump into AI. They have the money to pump into these bot accounts that sit there and spread false information and change public narratives and stuff like that. So it's like the same people who corrupted legacy media are in hard on the AI shit to corrupt social media.
Sure.
And it's I do agree with you that as the generation goes on, everybody's going to get better at detecting bullshit. My worry is the interim period. But go on.
The interim period is going to be a little wonky. But do you want me to tell you something to lay your mind at ease?
Sure. Bolster my faith in humanity. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm not the person you should call on to do that. And
obviously.
That is not my intention. However, I think that social media and the AI convolution is actually going to be okay, is because the technology is being highly democratized right now. And that's the whole cornerstone of the business that I'm building. You don't have to be rich to use AI generative software, and you don't have to be rich in order to automate those processes that would, before, if you wanted a bot farm of 30,000 bots, you had to have $10,000. Now you can make them yourself on autopilot. and it's super easy, and all you have to do is sit down and figure out how to do it. So that technology that you're worried about, that you used to have to be rich in order to sway social media from the bottom up, so to speak, is being very quickly democratized. So anybody who wants to do it can do it. Now, that exerts even more evolutionary pressure. However, it's not going to end up just being one voice the way that legacy media ended up being. You see what I'm saying?
And I'll agree with you there that they lose control of the narrative, but like, again, I'll completely agree with you on the evolutionary pressure, and that I do think that is a net positive.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
The interim period is going to be a fucking nightmare, and I don't know. Like,
I don't understand why you're saying will be. We're there. We're in
Oh
the
yeah,
interim.
but what I'm saying is the next few years are going to be an absolute fusterclub.
Especially with all the AI video that's about to come out.
Yeah,
You can't tell the difference. You can't fucking tell the difference.
It's going to be impossible. And people are going to use that to try to spark revolutions.
Oh yeah,
elections.
Oh yeah,
people.
dude. All I'm seeing now on certain social media platforms is pictures of Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein and a bunch of young girls, a bunch of young goyles.
Oh my God! Have you seen my favorite ones?
I don't. They're images. You can't tell with images anymore. So I don't know if what I'm looking at is real. I mean, she's obviously about 11. She's got like the little tiny. I just started to get tits, and Trump has his hand on her inner thigh. But I don't. And Jeffrey Epstein is right there. But I don't know if that's real. Like, you can't know. And wouldn't it be a shame if that is a real photograph? But now we all have to question it, because it's impossible to tell. You really have to do your research and build context.
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing, is that everybody, and I do agree that, like I said, I think it's probably going to be a net positive that everybody has to think about why they think and how they think things.
Yeah.
It's going to sit there and force people to think about why they believe what they believe, because you're going to make everything unbelievable and also everything believable at the same time.
It's coming down to a matter of choice. What do you want to believe? Hey, what have I been saying about reality for the last 10 years, talking head?
Yeah, no shit.
We're there, motherfuckers. Welcome to my world.
Yeah, I'm not so sure I like living inside of your head.
Oh, I take offense.
It's a scary place. It's a scary place. There's a lot of
let me put it this way. It's highly challenging.
It requires a certain amount of educated input.
So, Harry, what do you think? Do you think that Trump diddled kids or not?
I don't want to believe it. I haven't seen any proof of it.
I don't want to believe it either.
And I know AI is capable of producing these pictures.
Yeah.
They could do anything they want.
Right.
Depending on where they're operating from.
Right.
I question everything in life, and unless I experience it, I can't verify a lot of things. Verifying things is very difficult. But I only verify what I know.
Mm-hmm.
But I have solid ground, and because I've been there.
Well, verifying things is very, very difficult, but listen, man, we're getting to the point where you have to be a skeptic with all things, and you have to understand that just because, and we were talking about this the other day, people have to start to understand that just because you're looking at it on a computer monitor rather than a television screen doesn't make it any more true. It's all there to entertain you. We're in an attention economy.
Mm-hmm.
Even if there's a little bit of fact in what you're looking at. What did Homer Simpson say when he put on Fox News in that one episode when I was still a kid? Infotainment. Even if it has a little bit of truth to it, it's not there to educate you. It is there to capture your attention.
Capture your ear, tickle your ears, make you feel good.
Yeah.
Detract you from what's really going on.
Exactly.
Well, and that's why. Sorry, go on.
Talking?
Go on, Harry. No, go on, Harry.
Oh, I'm sorry, Harry. You were okay. Good.
gotta question everything that you look at and try your best to get down to the foundation of it, and then you make a decision. Then that you gotta test it.
That's the scientific process in a nutshell. You form you gather data. You observe. You form a hypothesis based upon your observation, and then you test that hypothesis.
The hypothesis. And then you also have to duplicate the results.
Yes, 100%. And then you have to have a process by which you can get the same result over and over against different things that would test the hypothesis. Correct. Yes. So, Talking Head, you sent me something, and I accidentally switched it again. What the fuck? God damn it!
So you were just you were bringing up like stuff online like that's obviously fake with Jeffrey, or might be fake and might not be fake, and you can't tell with Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump. Here's something that's absolutely fake because it's published by The Onion, and God bless them for always being fake and being consistent with that. But they have this whole comic series called Time Pedophiles. And it's just super fucking funny.
All right. God damn it. I switched the camera to switch the fucking thing again. Fuck. All right. Let me see if this will work. Hey, it's staying up. Boppity boopy.
Trump denies writing 36-volume comic titled Donna and Jeff, Time Pedophiles.
So Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein are running away from a Tyrannosaurus Rex in a comic panel. It says, how was I supposed to know?
Now you gotta do the Trump voice. How was I supposed to know?
How was I supposed to know the Cretaceous didn't have vulnerable adolescent girls?
I think my favorite thing is one of the top upvoted comments on that Onion article is the most unrealistic thing about this is Trump running.
Is what?
Trump running. Like just physically running.
He was younger back then. This is when they were back when they were homies. It makes sense. Oh, Harry, how's your drink?
Good.
What are you drinking? Because you came in here with a full bottle of absinthe that was colored red. What concoction have you cooked up?
Jim Jones special.
The Jim Jones special. Dude, oh my God, are you mixing a $70 bottle of absinthe with fucking Kool-Aid?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Dude. Harry, Talking Head, Harry is one of my favorite fucking people. I fucking love this guy. Oh, I wanted to talk about this too. This motherfucker, I introduced him to absinthe, one of the most luxurious drinks, one of the most expensive bottles of booze that you can buy. All right? $70. What?
No, I'll save it for later. Go on.
Yeah, okay, thousands of dollars for a Glen something. You know what I mean. I'm talking about like normal everyday booze.
Nah, I got you.
All right, you can buy a bottle of Grey Goose that's like $120.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go on. I was just complaining about you interrupting me. I'll shut up. Go on.
Way more expensive. Nah, you're fine, dude. And by the way, I'm not trying to do it. There's a delay on you. There's a delay on you when I had my earpiece in, and it sounded like a pause. So I was just like, let me jump in real quick. I'm not doing it on purpose. And I am a little drunk. However, all right, so Harry's one of my favorite fucking people. He's mixing a $70 bottle of booze with fucking Kool-Aid. And that's his fucking drink of choice. Fucking love this guy, man. All right, so since I moved to the compound, there have been things that I have never uttered before. Ever have come out of my mouth before I moved to the compound, and I made a list of the things that I have said multiple times.
Welcome to my world.
Since I have moved to the compound. Talking Head, would you like to hear my list?
I feel like welcome to my world is probably going to be one of them because I think Harry says that a lot.
He does say that a lot, but actually so do I. And that's something that I've said.
Yeah.
a ton of times before I came to the compound. But here's things that I have never heard myself before say until I came here. Number 1. I'm looking for the carafe, the coffee pot, because the carafe, thank you. Because I make coffee in a percolator. And Harry likes his coffee differently from me. So he made really weak coffee for himself after I went to bed, and I knew that he did it. So I was like, all right, I don't want to dump it in the sink. Let me find the carafe. And then I'm looking for the carafe, and I said to myself, oh, he's using the carafe to store space minerals. Because it's sitting on the... Go ahead.
Hold on. So he sat there and he put the what's that shit called?
The
shungite.
Shungite.
He put shungite inside.
It's still there. It's still there at the end of the counter.
Oh,
still
that's
there.
great. That's fucking delightful.
So I actually said out loud, oh, he's using the carafe to store space minerals. Never heard myself say that before.
That's fucking funny.
Number 2. All right. So this is not something that I said, but this is something I heard Harry say that I've never heard anybody else say before. We were talking about, because we're pretty certain that we're going to start making money on this little business that I'm building. I'm not going to be here much longer. So I was like, yeah, but dude, shouldn't we leave the podcast stuff here so you don't have to drive? I'll drive up here and we'll do the podcast here. He said, yeah, but someday I want to move my armory in here.
Someday I want to move what? You actually blacked out on my end.
Someday I want to move my armory in here. I've never heard anybody say that.
That's
okay.
Funny.
So I wanted to salt my eggs one morning. I made eggs, and I'm looking for the salt in the kitchen. Salted. I need my eggs to be salty. And I said, I need salt. Where did he hide the ketchup bottle? Because Harry...
I actually know that one, because I've been there.
Harry keeps all of his salt in a fucking ketchup.
A big squeezy Heinz ketchup bottle.
And then what about the original container? What's wrong with that one?
He just doesn't like the girl with the umbrella. He's just angry about it.
Oh, yeah, well, pedophile meme, sure. Isn't that the one where the puppy's like pulling her panties down?
No, you're thinking of Copper Tone. That's for sunblock.
That's
Morton Salt.
Thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Morton Salt is a girl with an umbrella walking and spilling salt out of a bag that's under her arm.
Okay. All right. Here's something I never thought I'd hear myself say out loud until I moved to the compound. Where the hell are we going to store all these sex dolls?
Ask her. He's the madam.
Yeah, you know what, bitch? Start taking care of your hose. We're running out of space. We're running out of space.
She's doing this right now. Damn, son.
I know. Doesn't she look like that? She's like, damn, son, what'd he say to me? You gonna let that N-word talk to me like that? Damn.
She got the Polish mob behind her.
Oh, I'm not gonna fuck with her then. That's fine.
We'll just let that die on the vine.
Yeah, I got one more. Okay, here's another thing I never thought I would hear myself say. This one was a thought. I didn't say it out loud. But here's the thought that I had. Oh, there's the dynamite right by the fireplace. And that's number 5, ladies and gentlemen. Top 5 things I never thought I'd hear myself say or think until I moved to Harry's compound.
You know what this kind of reminds me of? And I almost feel like we should write more bits like this. Do you remember Elevator Pitch Detective?
Oh my God. Yeah, we can start doing shit like that again. I was actually, and I keep forgetting.
My question is, like, I've still got them on my phone. Like, I'm sure nobody's like watched this in a while. I could sit there and see if you guys could guess the movie.
Fuck it. Yeah, let's go. Also, let me talk to you about this real quick before we start,
Sure.
though. I kind of wanted to start doing the Alex Jones thing again and make those priority clips for my automation. Is that cool?
I'm gonna really quickly just say, like, we can do that. It's fine. I don't think I'm gonna get away with a Hitler mustache at work, so I'm just gonna keep it the way it is.
You can go ahead and not do the Hitler mustache.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Harry and I are okay with that. We're in agreement. No Hitler mustache.
No, whatever he wants to say.
He's got an employer. He's got customers to deal with.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I got a better life than he's got.
You're retired, motherfucker.
Yeah. No, like I said,
I don't know where he's going. Let's wait and see.
Well, go ahead. Take your best shot.
I think he totally misheard me.
He's in reserve.
I think so too.
No, Harry, I said that I would like Talking Head to start doing the Alex Jones bit again because I thought it was really funny. Good. And I thought maybe we'd prioritize those clips in our automation for social media.
Do you mean he's going to shave his beard off and put the Hitler mustache
That
on?
was the joke. Now we're on the same page. He said, I don't think I'll do it, but I don't think I can get away with a Hitler mustache. That's what he said.
Well, why not? You look good with just a little bit of hair underneath there.
Hey, Talking Head, it's not a Hitler mustache. It's a Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin mustache, motherfucker. All right, so explain the game again, because I don't remember. What are we doing?
So I called it Elevator Pitch Detective, and what it is I'm going to come up with the weirdest way to describe a movie that I know that at least you, I'm not sure what Harry's proclivities for movies are, but I know at least you have seen every movie that's about to be described.
All right.
The description
and
is going to be
when you came up with this, Harry
was
was not yet a part of the podcast, so this was based for me. But in the future, we'll make them for both of us. So go ahead. So it's the weirdest way to describe a movie, and we have to guess the movie. Is that the way it works?
Yes. So you just have to guess the title of the movie. This is going to be an accurate description of the movie that is not the way you would probably want to describe it to somebody.
All right, go ahead.
All right, let's go. Richard Nixon employs a naked scientist who tries unsuccessfully to have a two-person orgy, then explodes a murder hobo with his brain.
What the fuck? This has to be an accurate description of a movie.
Yes.
Oh, fuck, I know what it is. Harry, go ahead and take a guess.
The Man with Two Heads?
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I've never seen that, but I mean, I fucking sounds like an accurate description of the nonsense that just came out of my voice hole.
Harry, what's the synopsis of the Man with Two Heads?
The one movie star, McMahon, he had a head with the Grozy Greer, the black guy.
Yeah.
And he had the head, it was two heads on one body.
Mm-hmm.
That was the Man with Two Heads.
All right.
That was an old science fiction from God.
Is Nixon in that movie?
Yes.
Oh, he is.
Not the actual president, but an actor portraying him, sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I in that case, I would say that's a good guess. There's not a lot of movies that portray Richard Nixon, which is how I got the answer. Not a lot of movies are going to give screen time to an actor portraying... No, I'm talking about the Man with Two Heads, motherfucker.
No, I don't know. I've never seen it. Sorry, I misunderstood the question.
Okay. Harry, is Richard Nixon in the movie The Man with Two Heads?
Yeah.
He is. Is he?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
You're going back 60 years.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, Talking Head, give me the pitch again and I will give you the answer.
Richard Nixon employs a naked scientist who tries unsuccessfully to have a two-person orgy, then explodes a murder hobo with his brain.
That would be The Watchmen.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, 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 ding. Yay! Good description. Very good. Hey, what is the tries unsuccessfully to have a two-person orgy? That's two of him, right?
That's the sex scene with him and Silk Spectre where he multiplies himself, but he's also working in the lab at the same time.
Right.
So it's a two-person orgy.
A two-person orgy. Oh, yeah, which is an oxymoron. Okay, I got you. That makes sense. All right, what's next?
All right. The touching story of a tattooed man who kills people because he can't remember what he did with his dead wife's insulin.
Oh, my God. That's not even that great. I know that one. All right.
No idea.
Well, no, yeah, I know that one. That wasn't even that great. That's like a spot on description, man. You got to get better at this. You know what it is. You know what it is. Memento.
Mm-hmm. Correct. All right. You want something a little bit harder? The thrilling story.
I think that it should throw me off a little bit. I mean, that was like that description that you just read could have been the Netflix description.
All right, so here's one that goes in tandem with that. The touching story of a tattooed man who kills people because he can't forget what they did with his dead wife's dog.
Okay, now I know that Harry has seen this movie, so I'm going to let Harry guess first. Go ahead and read it again for Harry. Harry, listen very carefully to this description of a movie. See if you can guess the title. Go ahead, Talking Head.
The touching story of a tattooed man who kills people because he can't forget what they did with his dead wife's dog.
Can't remember it.
That would be John Wick for 600.
Correct. This one's a little tougher because I don't think this one's probably as heavily in your mind as it was when I wrote this description.
Okay, well, so far The Watchmen had me for a second. Go ahead.
The thrilling story of an overly seasoned breakfast food threatens to destroy karaoke night at a local Asian laundromat and also the universe.
Yeah, I know that one. Harry's not going to get that. That is Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Nope.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
That was beyond my time.
No, you and I
newer.
watched that together, but it was a long time ago and it was a weird movie. I knew you wouldn't get that one.
No idea.
All right, so I've got 4 more. They're all about veterans, so this should hopefully be in Harry's wheelhouse.
All right, well, let's pick one. I want to move on after this. I don't want to spend the whole rest of the podcast.
Oh, well, let's save them for next time then.
No, do one more. Do one more.
All right, let me see.
Now, you can always write more in the interim. I think this is fun.
Trying to think of what Harry would have seen here. A handicapped Vietnam vet falls in love with a hooker after yelling at his parents that his penis is still in Vietnam.
Oh! Harry, you gotta get this one. You were about to say it. Go ahead.
4th of July?
Bing, 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 bing.
I will give him credit. Born on the 4th of July, correct.
Oh, yeah, come on, dude. He knew it. He knew it.
No, that's why I said I will definitely give him credit, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I figured that was the movie he was the most likely to have seen out of those 4.
Oh, yeah, we watched that together. That's a great fucking
movie. It's such a good movie, yeah.
Yeah, such a good movie. Say whatever you want about Tom Cruise.
He's a phenomenal actor.
He's one of the best actors that's ever fucking lived. He's so good. He's so fucking good.
I think he ended up being very underrated when he was at like his peak in the 80s. And I completely disagree with everybody's evaluation of him back then. And I think people just give him shit because he's a weirdo.
He's definitely that. I watched a documentary on him. I forget what it was called. Have you ever watched a documentary on Tom Cruise?
No.
I think I've seen that thing about he was a waiter or something, and he did something outrageous to get into the movies.
Well, I don't know about that, but I did watch a documentary on him, and where they're trying to this guy is trying to parse out his personality and why he comes across the way he does. To be such a great actor, there has to be almost nothing of you left, like that sort of thing. It was
yeah. Like you kind of have to be a non-entity in order to. And that was actually the funny thing is I don't know if it's really a joke or an observation, but it's one of those things where like that's something that's been said of Brad Pitt as well, who is also a phenomenal actor, like that you.
I've heard he has a really strong personality in person.
Yeah, but it's very different from like his persona on screen. People's ability to make themselves,
like him and George Clooney are best friends. They prank each other all the time. That sounds like normal dude shit, you know?
Yeah, sure. And look at him. He like showed up on the when Jimmy Kimmel was doing that whole joke thing with when he was dating Sarah Silverman and she was like, I'm fucking Matt Damon. Like when Jimmy did his big like musical number back, like Brad Pitt shows up to deliver like fucking flowers to him because he's fucking Ben Affleck or whatever.
I don't remember that. Okay.
Oh, dude, watch that video. It's fucking funny. But anyway,
okay.
But no, like so I think there's something to be said about like being the type of person who can empty yourself out of yourself to let somebody else inhabit you.
Yeah. But here's somebody who is the best at that's alive today, that always comes across as a genuine human being when they're not acting. I mean, you know who I'm talking about.
It's
Last
not
of the Mohicans, Lincoln.
Oh yeah. Fuck. Why
Daniel
is his name
Day-Lewis.
escaping me? Daniel Day-Lewis. I was thinking Jerry Lee Lewis. That's why it fucked up my head.
Well, it took me a second
Daniel
to remember
Day-Lewis.
his name too. That's why I put it on you. So I would save face.
Yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis is crazy. You know what he does mainly, since he's mostly retired and only comes back out of retirement to make a movie.
Builds
He's
furniture.
really passionate about it.
He builds furniture.
No, he does that, and he's also a cobbler. He makes shoes.
He makes shoes.
Yeah, like hand-make shoes. Like hand makes like nice shoes.
Harry and I were talking about this the other day, actually, because he plays the lottery a couple times a week, and he's like, "Well, if you didn't have to worry about money, what would you do with your time?" And I think it's a really valid, sincere question that people ought to ask themselves. Daniel Day-Lewis, obviously, acting is a passion of his; otherwise, you wouldn't be that good at it. However, if you have all the money in the world, and you've done it, what would you spend your time on? It's a great question. And then the second question, of course, ends up being, why aren't you doing that now? You know what I mean? So it's a really great mind game to play with yourself. And
no, I agree with that. So here's the thing: is my answer doesn't make sense, and that's why I'm not doing it right now. I would become a professional, and what I mean by that is I just want to be able to do everything professionally. No, I guess this is running. No, not the professional, like fucking Leon the professional with fucking what's his ass and Natalie Portman.
Oh, such a great movie, Pedophile's Dream.
Oh, yeah. Luc Besson definitely, I don't know if he's been to the island or not, but he seems like he's but yeah, no, like, I would just love to, like, learn how to do everything. And I'm like, I think that's, like, great about what Daniel Day-Lewis does, is because, like, he's like, okay, well, I'm going to play this guy who lived in like the 1700s. That type of person would have like cut down trees and built his house with his bare hands. So I'm going to go do that now.
Yeah. I have to hand it to people that can do that just out of the gate and dedicate themselves to that and still find a way to make a really good living doing what they're passionate about. So, I got a list of people that right out of the gate, they just pursued their passions from the start, and they were just pretty much immediately successful doing that thing. Maybe they had an interim where, they didn't have any money or whatever, but that's all they've ever done. First on my list, Jeffrey Epstein. Holy shit.
Obviously.
Holy shit.
He just took the ball. He took the balls and ran with them. Sorry. What?
Here's what I want to do. I want to fuck young girls. Now, I don't care what the government or the country or the world says about that. That's my goal. And I'm going to figure out how to make a living along the way. Good job. Well done.
Go to Denmark.
Why go to Denmark?
They're legal age for that a girl could have sex. I think it's 14.
Hey, talking head, can you look up how much plane ticket to Denmark is?
No, I want to ask Harry why he's looked into this.
How do you know this, Harry?
Well, go to Bangkok. You could do anything you want there.
Yes, if you want little hairless ladyboys.
If Bangkok is one wild city. Makes Las Vegas look like a church.
But isn't that the dream, ladies?
No.
Isn't that the dream to have a little hairless ladyboy?
Just remember.
Boring.
Yes.
That's why all the dentists and the lawyers from New York
Just
go
remember.
to Thailand.
Hang on, Harry. Just remember what? Talking Head.
Just remember, there's no such things as chick with dicks. There's only guys with tits.
Harry, there's no such thing as chicks with dicks. There's only guys with tits.
Whatever.
Remember that. But yeah, you're right. All the rich people, that's...
A lot of rich people go to Bangkok and they work out their fantasies, whatever they are.
Hey, sometimes you need to blow off a little steam. You go to Bangkok or you go to Epstein's Island?
No, Epstein Island is a small shit compared to Bangkok.
Oh, fuck off. Come on. Seriously? You think that the Epstein's Island is small shit compared to Bangkok?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Really?
Oh, definitely. Everything's open there.
Hat man. The only difference between the two is that like Jeffrey Epstein lives in a country that looks down on his depravity. Bangkok apparently is just like fucking like, nah, yeah, do it, whatever.
All right, fine. I'm giving the win to Harry. Then. I see your point. I see your fucking point.
I'd give the win to Harry.
All right, fair enough. Have you ever gone?
Oh, you guys weren't overseas at any time, so
no,
you haven't experienced different cultures over there.
Nor have I ever claimed to. What I asked you was, have you gone?
Well, I won't tell you what I've done.
I didn't. Jesus Christ. Okay. Headphones off.
No.
Talking Head, shut up. Headphones off. Headphones off. Have you gone?
Have I gone over to Bangkok?
Yes,
one time.
Oh, okay. Good enough. I won't dig any deeper than that. That's fine.
I've been to Bangkok.
All right.
And it took like an hour and a half plane ride to get there.
Okay.
Spent 2 days there.
Okay.
Lost a lot of money.
Contracted a lot of syphilis.
Yeah, well, you got to be careful.
I love it. This is great.
The whole point is, if you don't go overseas, you don't see different cultures.
That's true.
You could go to Finland, Denmark, Sweden, and they got a totally different attitude.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Don't go to Saudi Arabia because I'll tell you what.
Their attitude might get you decapitated.
Decapitated. Stoned.
Sure.
And if you happen to be on the gay side, you're going off a roof, you're going to go flying without
unless you have a hairless ladyboy. That's okay. Yeah.
And even they have a totally different attitude.
Yeah.
Like I said, most people can't even imagine some of the shit that goes on. And like I said, you hear these stories, but until you actually talk to people that have been over there, you don't know.
Okay.
Most people are ignorant. They're ignorant of different societies.
Okay.
Their attitude over in Europe is a lot different from America. You're Puritans in America. Over there, it's more natural.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciated what I've seen, and I came back here. I said, it's too wild over there. Their parties are too crazy.
Well, it's kind of like the podcast that Talking Head and I put out before you became a regular. Sex and Violence, Talking Head. You remember that, right? I mean, we were talking about how America has such a puritanical ideal.
Yes.
Violence is much more acceptable than sex. And I think the joke at the very beginning of that podcast, I was shouting at the very beginning of the podcast, we have to protect children from sex. And Talking Head, you go, with violence. And I said, yes, with violence if necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We must protect them by violently stopping them from having sex.
And when you have children in the 40s and 50s, you got to protect them from violence. Oh, but we got a war now. We got to send your children over to some war zone to get killed.
Yeah.
Hypocritical.
Yeah, a little bit. Here's the thing about American morality that really, really rubs me the wrong way. And I think Marilyn Manson said it best. In his biography, he's talking about putting out the
initial album cover for Portrait of American Family, or
was it Portrait or was it Smells Like Children?
No, it was Portrait of American Family.
Portrait of American Family.
Yeah.
So he had a photo of
I think the Kennedys, or the similar part of what the Kennedys look like. It was called the President's Family. They had a LP put out about the President's Family.
Okay.
It looked like the Kennedy family.
Okay.
And it was like way back in the 70s.
Oh, what band did that?
I forget what band it was, but it was supposed to be a funny thing.
Okay, that's cool. And it was supposed to look like the Kennedys, and they were kind of making fun of that.
House. They
were making fun of that Leave It to Beaver type of mentality.
Yeah, Leave It to Beaver.
Okay, cool. So in his biography, he's talking about when he releases Portrait of an American Family, the album, and he gives his lawyer the cover art, and his lawyer comes back to him and goes, "Dude, look, you got a picture of yourself naked in here when you were a kid. That's child pornography." And he goes, "Whoa. That's a picture that my mother took of me having a bath when I was a few years old. That's very natural. It's very normal. And frankly, if you're the one getting a boner over it, why am I the one to blame?"
No,
I mean, good fucking point, right? And then he goes on after that, he goes on to say, and I agree with him 100%. Americans' morality is so ridiculous. If it gets you excited, then it's wrong. And I mean, if you're going to be okay with violence and not okay with sex, yeah, that's kind of your morality. If it feels good and it gets me excited, it's wrong. Violence is fine. We don't have to protect our children from violence. They're going to have to do that. But sex, ooh, with violence if necessary. Now, I've said it once and I'll say it again. Just so that nobody out there thinks that I might be a pedophile. Although I'll keep you guessing. Here's where I'm coming from on a moral.
Guessing.
Hey, talking head, go fuck yourself. On a moral basis. All right. Hey, listen, Leon the Professional is one of my favorite movies. Fuck off. So here's where I'm coming from on a moral basis. You want to give children at 12 years old the right to mutilate their bodies and take hormone blockers that are going to make them infertile for the rest of their lives at 12 years old in order to transition? I say go for it. But now 12 is the legal age of consent. Because one of those things does permanent physical damage, and the other one of those things feels good in the moment and you might regret it the day after. Kind of like getting drunk. So which one is more devastating? I leave that question to you, society. Fuck off.
I'm going to be the spokesperson for society right here.
You're going to be the spokesperson for society? Go ahead, talking head, and be the spokesperson for society. How much have you had to drink since 2 o'clock when you woke up?
So, the argument that you're making.
Yeah.
Is taking it from the rapist's side? Am I getting that right?
Well, no, I'm not saying that you should be able
like
to
it's
have
something
sex
you'll
with
regret in the morning, like drinking.
It's
do you
not
think that
something
girl? Do you think that girl might regret it later than that morning?
You mean earlier than that morning?
Oh no, further than that morning.
I'm sorry. What are we talking about here? I'm saying that if you're 12 and you decide to have sex with somebody.
I was taking it from the perspective of the adult that you would regret banging that 12-year-old.
No, I'm talking about children's rights. I mean, if you want to make it able that you cut your shit off and take hormone blockers at 12, fine. That's the age of consent.
Yeah, and then you said, sure, you might regret it. Then all right, I got it.
Yeah, the 12-year-old. You're going to have fun because you're hot and bothered. Obviously, you wanted to do it. I'm not talking about rape. I'm talking about statutory rape.
I still have issues, but I get you. I took it the other way. That's why.
So that's the way I meant it. You can have all the issues you want. We can discuss them, but that's the way I meant it. Maybe we should talk about those issues when you're not fucking like this.
Well, maybe I should talk about this when I'm not so upset about the dress color.
Oh, well, you were, my friend. Were you or were you not blubbering on the fucking phone when I asked to have you on?
I absolutely was not. I told you about the scheduling conflict.
What the fuck are you talking about? You got on the phone with me and you were like, I want to come on, but I'm really pissed off that you guys were talking about the dress.
You're about to play. I see you loading something up. I want to see what this is. That's funny.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I was.
Fun fact. People named Josh have an extra compartment in their brain.
You fucked up.
No!
I was right. I was right. Everything I say is right.
Stop crying, talking head!
Off if you did what I said. I have no sympathy.
Everybody!
You should have listened to me. I was right. I was right. I was right.
I was right.
I was.
It's just starting.
Right.
I know.
So by the way,
whatever you say, I was right.
We should end on this because it's been over 2 hours. But
no, it hasn't. I got the fucking timer up, dude. 1:35.
Oh, mine's counting from when we first got on. I got you. Either way, but so I
know you got to smoke. We can end. That's fine.
So real quick. My argument was not that the color of the dress in the picture was black and blue. It's that the dress itself is black and blue.
I understand that, but if you look at the photo and you see black and blue, you're either fucked up or you're lying, because it's not.
Upon finding out that the physical dress was black and blue, I started seeing it as black and blue. I understand.
Yeah, I think that's fucked up, because I just did color swatches and it's not.
Yeah. No, I get what you did. You took eyedroppers from a photo that was completely washed out.
Correct. It's highly overexposed. That's correct.
Yeah.
So in the photo, it's not black and blue. Correct. Hey, talking head. Let me show you something else. Let me show you something else. You ready? I have something I want to show you here. I'm going to show you the eyedroppers that I took.
I don't care. I'm not talking about the photo. The dress is blue and black is my point.
I know that the dress is blue and black. I do not doubt that.
Then how are you right?
Because in the photo, you remember that whole thing I said about Duchamp? Now, hang on a second. I'll show it to you. We definitely we have to have this out right now. We have to fucking have this out.
I was right.
Fun fact.
God damn it! It always switches. Why does it do that?
You want to work?
Why does it do that?
Oh God!
Fun fact.
I can't control my hands.
I can't control my own show.
Right, I was right. Everything I say is right. You'd be better off if you did what I said. You'd be better off if you did what I said.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching the New World Order broadcast. And just remember,
I was right.
we're
I was
watching
right.
Is watching. There are strangers